All right, so NAR, NAREP, ARIA, and the Alliance have all come out in support of HUD's AAHF rule. What does that mean? Translation. That means the associations of realtors, brokers, Hispanics, Asians, and the LGBTQ plus real estate alliance groups support HUD's affirming the 1968 fair housing laws, known as further affirming fair housing. Boy, that's a mouthful that they just came out with. So what does it mean to further fair housing? So let's just go to the source. What do you say? We'll go to HUD, yes, in their very own words.
1968 Fair Housing, which was meant as a follow-up to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, expanded on previous acts and prohibited discrimination concerning the sale, rental, and financing of housing based on race, religion, national origin, sex, and the amended handicap and family status. Title 8 of the act is also known as the Fair Housing Act of 1968.
Okay, so we've expanded on that. What does that mean?
Affirmatively further fair housing has now added to the Fair Housing Act that lenders must determine who lacks access to opportunity and address any inequity among protected class groups, promote integration and reduce segregation, transform racially or ethnically concentrated areas of poverty into areas of opportunity.
Listen, I know this falls on the shoulders of our cities, municipalities, our parishes, counties, and states to outline all this stuff. I just want to understand how this is different and the effects that it might have on mortgage loan companies, as we've seen well-intended policies go sideways in the past, which have led to witch hunts for lenders who've done a great job writing loans.
And as reported by the Wall Street Journal, titled "The CFPB Tries to Censor Speech on Chicago Crime," as a small mortgage company is hauled to court for comments on a weekly radio show and podcast.
I've heard what they said, and these charges are false. A small, very small mortgage company has to pay, I believe, millions in defense against an agency for accusations that would seemingly not be aligned with the Fair Housing Act, but more particularly, the furthering of fair housing. An accusation that they actually beat in the courts. Yes, the mortgage company won against a behemoth CFPB, only to have it refiled once again by the CFPB, who is emboldened by the statutory mandates of the likes that we see outlined in the further affirming of fair housing, even if in this case it's not accurate or applicable to this mortgage company.
The result is effectively this: if the CFPB can't beat you, they'll bankrupt you in court. Either way, same result.
And again, this is a long-standing mortgage company with a long history of helping all communities throughout Chicago, who is now in a fight for their very life from misguided policies. Now, one more point really needs to be made before some of you get all worked up.
Again, we 100% support legislation that opposes and prosecutes any type of discrimination, unwaveringly. But just because that's what the policy states, we must ask ourselves, is it working? And if not, why not?
That's fair, isn't it? Is it working or not? We support the outcome. Well, here's a St. Louis Fed graph of home ownership rates for African Americans. It's lower today than the historic averages and lower than it was in the 1960s. Here's one for Hispanics. Better today, but off our highs. And Native Americans, home ownership rates way down. Our grade in enforcing these policies as set forth by Fair Housing is abysmal. Most importantly, what do you think? Let us know. Participate with us on this. We value your opinions, and we look forward to taking your opinions and bringing them forth on future shows, especially if you don't agree. Thank you. Okay, pretty straightforward, guys. You have a choice with your non-QM. Use Oaktree. They have the best pricing. They price match. Their technology totally kicks ass. And they turn loans fast. Talk to these guys. They're wonderful. Click this banner right over there or somewhere in this ecosystem.